Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to our very special holiday one-shot, where tonight we don't have our regular DM, so we the players are making do with our own little gift exchange game, and maybe a little something extra, we'll see. So, Aaron, would you like to kick off with your introduction?
Sure! I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga, a 6-book series set in the Forgotten Realms. I play Cecilia, a half-elf warlock who maybe knows the rules to this game. And I'm going to tell you about our sponsor. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Frida, Havilar, and Mahen from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Web, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. If you are here from the game, welcome. There is a command that I think is at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it's on the lower right.
It's at the bottom of the screen! You can type it into chat and it will spit out a code. You can copy and paste that into your game and get yourself a cool Electrum Chest. And stick around and see what fun things happen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not sure how that happened, but welcome. And you can find out more at idlechampions.com.
I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, so I'm not surprised.
Fair. It's been a long day.
Yeah, we are ready for the holidays.
Yep. Rhiannon Held, right. Urban Fantasy under Rhiannon Held and Space Opera under RZ Held. I play Artemisia, half-elf sorcerer who really likes lightning, and we have another sponsor, and I did not end up writing their little text because they didn't give us any, but they give us some really, really cool dice. So our other sponsor is Norse Foundry, and you can find their stuff on norsefoundry.com, and they make really cool metal dice, and we got these. This one's Fairy Dragon, I think. So it was very pertinent for Artemisia, and they're very cool. Nice hefty kind of dice. I need a tray now so that I don't throw it at my desk and start making marks.
It's like you get a workout and in a game at the same time. They're pretty great.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Hi, I'm Yang Wang. I'm a writer and a filmmaker. I play Stong MacGuck, the barrel-chested, barrel-wearing, very hairy heir to the Murder Bear tribe. Also, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the giveaway that we're doing tonight. If you look in the lower right above the code for the Idle Champions chest code, you can see that there's a command for !ticket and !enter. Now, we're running two bots for two separate giveaways, so it might get a little bit confusing. All you need to know is that if you use both of those commands in our chat, you will get a ticket and an entry into each of them. Now, the one for !ticket is for one dice set of your choice from phoenixdice.com, and the one for !enter is for one signed copy of the novel Jade City, or one full set of the audiobook of the whole entire Greenbone saga, and that's going to be, it's going to be Jade City, Jade War, and Jade Legacy. So please make sure to use both those commands, and good luck.
Okay, no spoilers, but there's one character which, if they're alive by the end, I'm going to be very upset.
That's Jade Legacy, right?
Guess which one.
Yeah.
Anyways, hi, I'm Emily Ting. I'm a writer and game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in this stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast. And I play Keyleth Amakir, and a Varial Necromancer.
Hi, I'm Randy Henderson. I play Rogar Battlebairn, Dwarven Life Cleric, and Baby Gay.
All right. So we're going to begin by doing a little gift exchange game. But to set the scene, we're in Westgate in the time of Midwinter. The year is unknown because it's not really canon, so it's like a little soft, a little squishy.
It's that one year where we all got together and did a gift exchange.
Yeah.
You guys remember?
Yes, the year of the gift exchange.
I can never forget that year. The gifts were just so incredible, so amazing, so peculiar. So we see the Irregulars gathered at Briar House in the dining room where Artemisia. How has Artemisia decorated the dining room?
So there's lots of greenery sort of throughout Briar House. It's a whole Briar House sort of decoration scheme, obviously. And so there's lots of garlands of greenery and bright holly berries and a little bit of mistletoe, but mostly just sort of garlands and swags sort of around the doorways and then sort of in centerpieces. And so as well as all this greenery, there are some pieces that are all clearly from a set, but they're sort of like laid out around the house. Some of them are one-sided that are on tables in other rooms. And then in the dining room, there's this beautiful centerpiece, and the pieces are plates of smoked or stained glass. And so there's a candle that goes behind it. So then you see through the glass the design, and they're all sort of like moon and stars, and then it's smoked so that it's a dark forest. And when you really start to look at them, and the one in the dining room is on all four sides, so then the candles are in the middle. When you start to look at them, they seem pretty typical because they have the dark forest, but then the light of the sun or the moon. But then some of them, there are little eyes in the forest. And you don't know what they are, but there are some predators hanging out in the forest. They're sort of predator-looking eyes as opposed to like little fluffy bunny eyes. So, and I don't know if Eric was here, maybe he'd have you guys roll like insight or something. But if any of you think
want us to roll insight?
Yeah, we can roll insight right now. I'm ready.
Yeah, roll insight.
I mean, little bunnies don't necessarily mean. I mean, we ran into those buppers.
That's true.
14 insight for Stong.
"28 insight for Rogar."
Oh wow. Okay, Rogar.
12.
So Rogar, you get all of this. The other people, they just get like sort of a little sense that Artemisia's maybe saying something by her choice of decorations in terms of how the nobility of Westgate or Aglarond would normally decorate. And Rogar, specifically what she is saying is that poor people decorate with greenery, like, because they can just go out and like collect it and get it for free. And rich people decorate with ribbons and baubles and beads and garlands and fabric swags. So the fact that she's just doing greenery is sort of thumbing her nose a little bit at probably what she was taught by Marcelea that her house should look like. And that also her little like glass pieces with the candles, the whole like candles thing, that's typical, but these must have been custom made because they're not like anything that anybody else would be sort of typically having for their decorations.
Well, that's quite a lovely bit of decorating there, Artemisia. I know, I wish Rowan were here, but of course disappeared again. But he'd especially love all the greenery, I'm sure.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, this isn't, sort of what I grew up with, but, I thought it might be kind of interesting to do it this way, so.
It's not what I grew up with either, but, it's really nice.
What did you grow up with?
Whoa, what did I grow up with? I grew up with, mostly a lot of winter ale, and a lot of spilled winter ale as people were dancing and fighting, and also winter ale.
I love
was
winter
very
ale.
central to our winter celebrations.
That sounds great, Rogar.
Well, it was actually. It was very good.
What about your summer celebrations?
Oh, well, our summer celebrations were the best. That was our we did the...
So fast forward like an hour as Rogar tells of his summer celebrations. You can just tell us the tail end of it if you wanted. If you had something to share.
And that is how Bodker lost his nose. It was hilarious. Anyway.
Oh, Butker. So we really should get to the presents, guys. Because, so you see like a table that's in the back, like away from the decorations that Artemisia described. It's a stout, long, rectangular wooden table with an assortment of gifts. There are 5 gifts in all in various shapes and sizes. And now we should have each of the irregulars. Actually, I should share the rules first so that we all know the rules. So, you guys all have gift exchanging games, right? You guys have all played them growing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, aye.
Every year at school.
So, I just want to make sure that we all know the same rules here. So, here's a little cheat. So Stong hands you each like a little cheat sheet.
Cecilia is still asleep from the summer dwarven story.
I like how
in her hand.
I like how you've put it to music, Stong. That's quite clever of you.
Oh yeah, you know, it's just it's something I do. I'm just gonna go over these rules real quick so we all know what's going on. So there are 5 gifts here. Each of us have brought one of these gifts, but it's all sort of mixed up into the pile, so you don't know who brought what. Now, we're gonna all roll initiative, whatever that means, and then we're gonna go in initiative order. And on your turn, when it's your turn, you can take one of the gifts, or you can steal one of the gifts that was previously open. Now, before you open a new gift, you can roll a perception check on up to 1 gift before you have to take like the next one. A gift cannot be stolen again once it's been stolen twice already. Then it becomes immune to theft. And then at the very end of the game, the very first player who went can choose to exchange their gift with someone else. And then further exchanges or thefts can occur with the stealing rules. Or, if it's your turn and you're happy with the gift that you got, you can just let it end. So,
That is why Sturridge is always taking our stuff. If it gets taken twice, it can't be stolen anymore. He's just trying to protect our stuff from being stolen.
exactly.
That makes total sense now. Okay.
So, if you're all ready, we should roll initiative and see who can pick first.
Okay.
Okay. Rogar says, Sharon, give me a great initiative.
17.
Make sure to click your token so it gets on the initiative tracker.
Oh, I have to roll again.
Nah.
Won't give me that.
So this thing did something really weird with my discarded. What's character man's? What the? So it cleared all my stuff.
Oh yeah, how weird.
Oh, so none of this will have your data in the token. You have to roll from Beyond 20, like roll to D&D Beyond.
Okay, well, allow me to log into TP on.
Just for now, I'll add the initiative for you that you guys just
Okay,
There we go.
I'll just roll it.
There we go.
I rolled 5 with my North Foundry die here.
5. Okay. And then what did you get, Kayla?
It's in there.
Oh, okay. And then Cecilia?
I rolled a 20.
20. Okay. Cecilia, you get to go first.
Okay, so Cecilia wakes up and she sees some of this. She's like, wait, what? Okay, I pick one of... Wait, that's right. We're playing Rusalka's coin purse. I know this. Okay.
Oh.
Is there anything I know looking at these?
So generally, the shape is kind of what it is, but yeah, if you want to look at each of the presents, just name one of them, and then I will.
I would, because for starters, I don't know which of these is what I brought.
It's all mixed up.
Okay, so what's the tall red one?
The tall red one.
Actually, given the rules of Rusalka's coin purse, I do want to look closely at each of these.
Yes, please do. Please do.
I don't have to pick them up necessarily, but can you tell me the descriptions of each?
Right. Yeah. So you're basically kicking us off. So please, feel free to look at each of them. This one is a long-necked bottle wrapped in thick, creamy paper.
Okay. Okay. And then the green one?
The green one... The green one is a medium-sized box-shaped lump sitting inside of a tied hemp burlap sack. There's some sort of visual illusion on these boxes where, like, when you examine it closely, the illusion shimmers so that you actually see the shape behind it. It's not just a box with a question mark on it.
Ah, got it. Okay. Well, can we just go down the line? What's the flat blue one?
The flat blue one. The flat blue one is a flat square box neatly wrapped with a ribbon and paper with a paper with stamped stars design.
Okay. What about the creamy colored one?
The creamy colored one. This is a box. It's a cylindrical box wrapped with familiar looking paper.
How is it familiar looking?
You don't know. You can't know unless you pick it up and examine it closer.
I feel like yeah, okay, that one I do feel like I should pick up and look at a little closer. But I want to know what the last one is too.
The last one is a square box wrapped in used paper covered in drawings.
Okay. She's gonna look around at everybody sort of confused. Can I pick up the cylindrical box and look at it more closely?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a perception check?
So I'll give you a more detailed description first,
okay.
and then you can choose whether you want to do that. So
Got it.
this cylindrical box is reminiscent of a medium hat box. The parchment wrapping it has a natural crumbled texture. A single finger thick length of rough twine is looped around the box 3 times in overlapping diagonals. Surprisingly, it doesn't damage the box at all despite its tight binding.
What is familiar about the paper? Is that...
That is a perception check.
I
If
would
you
like
wish
make
to
a
perception check this
check.
one.
If the looking at it makes me go, familiar, I'd like to figure out why. Ooh, but I rolled a 9.
You got a 9, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what you get with a 9 is that this box feels incredibly light compared to the size of the package. You're able to shake it, and when you shake it, it feels like there's almost nothing moving around inside. Like you don't even feel like an object bumping around.
Okay. Can I also look at the bottle? Or the bottle-shaped thing?
That was your one perception check. You could look
I
at
only
it
get
closer,
one?
but you don't get another
Okay.
perception check on another
Okay,
thing.
I will look at the bottle closer.
Okay, the bottle. The bottle. Now I gotta sort through all the different descriptions.
Hey, thank you, Mud Bunny.
Oh, Mud Bunny, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Holidays.
Yeah, holiday spirit there.
Okay, so the long-necked bottle is wrapped in thick creamy paper stamped with a snowflake design. The paper looks expensive, and the bottle has clearly been wrapped with care, but the ends are rather shoddily tucked in, as if the thing was opened and re-wrapped.
Okay, so knowing what I know about Rusalka's coin purse, which is the only gift swap I've ever heard of, that one is mine. So I want to open the bottle.
You want to open the bottle? Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So you take that, and when you open it, inside is an intricately etched bottle filled with sparkling golden liquid. Those who know Elvish can read the label to know that it's a rare, expensive Avarial wine that outsiders rarely get a chance to try. This is not something that can be bought.
Whoa.
If you look closely, you'll see that there appears to be some writing on the label that was scratched out. It's hard to say for sure, but you think you can make out the words, daughter, love, mother.
Huh. I'm confused right now.
Who could it be?
Okay.
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Okay.
did Cecilia open it so that everybody can see
Yeah.
what's in there?
I mean, that's yeah.
because
that's how
Artemisia's
you
gonna
play.
sort of like. Artemisia's gonna be like, don't show. Oh, well, okay. I guess the rules are. See, in generous mimic, you don't show, even if you're playing no mimic, like for
What?
babies. You don't show everybody.
Oh, generous mimic.
I thought we were playing Rusalka's coin purse.
No, it's generous mimic, but
thought-
the no mimic version.
I thought we were playing Melted Mating Manticore.
I thought we were just opening gifts.
Oh. All right.
Well, let's see who's next. Rogar.
Oh. Well, this is weird. Usually, like in Melted Mating Manticore, I guess the best gifts do come first. Usually. I think. I mean, it's hard to pass up on a good bit of alcohol. So I think I'll take that bottle.
Oh, Rogar stole the bottle from Cecilia.
And Cecilia's gonna like kind of yank you back and be like, "What are you doing?
It's the rules that Stong explained to us.
That's
Is-
not how you play Rusalka's coin purse."
That's how you play Stong's game.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
okay, wait. Whoa,
if you
whoa,
look
whoa.
at the
We're
cheat
just
sheet, the cheat
stealing-
sheet clearly says you could steal
What, this
twice.
thing?
Well, I didn't want to upset you.
Gum,
If you,
but I put my gum in it.
I didn't want to
No.
upset you.
Okay. Wait, no,
okay.
I get it. Okay.
Okay.
So she's gonna kind of look at Kalis because she's a little confused, but okay. So these are okay. So we just okay.
So that one was mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
wait.
don't have to tell us who
Oh,
brought
you
what
want
gift.
it? Rogar
Oh, we're not supposed to tell.
Not yet, not
But
yet.
it was
No,
for me,
no.
right?
But
That one was Artemisia's.
oh,
Oh.
wait. We weren't supposed to bring gifts intended for others. This is a gift,
What?
a mystery gift exchange
Yeah.
game, Caleb.
Wait, but that's
You
the
don't know
point.
what you get.
That's the point of Rusalka's coin purse. You try to sneakily signal whose gift it is,
Well, I don't know if that was very
and then
sneaky,
you
so
hope
that
someone
didn't work
picks
out.
yours. That one had a snowflake. I thought it was mine.
There are too many
That-
variations. That's why I made these cheat sheets for you guys and explained the
That's-
rules.
oh,
So
that's-
Rogar stole from you, Cecilia, and you get to pick another gift.
That was smart. But then I have
So
to give
none
it
of
to
these are
Artemisia?
like.
No.
I have to guess are okay.
No.
Okay.
And none of them are the mimic. So
The
there's no
what?
bad here.
You
So-
put
so-
a mimic in a box and
What
no,
did
no,
you
no,
bring, Artemisia?
The thing with generous mimic is that for babies, none of the presents are bad, but you tell them that they might be a mimic because then they like what they get. And you say, well, whatever gift you got, at least it's not a mimic. But then at school, to play the real generous mimic game, one of them is like a really awful gift, like that somebody wrapped up. And so you have to like not show it, and then you have to like pretend to really, really like it, and then maybe somebody will steal it from you, and then you can get the good gift. So that's why you don't show anybody what it is when you open it.
Oh.
And if you're
Oh.
Amelia, then you play double mimic, which means that there are 2 bad gifts in there. But I don't do. I just do regular general mimic.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
odd.
Crazy.
there's no stealing in Melted Mating Manticore unless you're a Duergar, of course.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, Cecilia, be the Duergar and open another gift, please.
Okay. I guess the one with the hat box?
The hat box? You mean so like the
The one I looked at?
tan? Okay.
That
So
feels very light.
yes. Let me see here. So when you look at it closer, this cylindrical box. Oh no, I already read this to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you just gonna open it, or you do a perception
Oh,
check?
am I allowed to make another perception check?
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
You
well, then
perception checked this
perhaps
one
I would-
before, and you rolled
Yeah,
a 9.
perhaps I would like to perception check a different thing.
Please do.
The green one was.
The
I
green
forgot what the green
one
one's do.
was a
Was.
medium-sized box-shaped lump sitting inside of a tied hemp burlap sack.
I want to check the blue one.
Blue one. The long
The
blue
thin
one?
blue one. The long blue one,
Okay.
yeah. Can I do a perception check?
Absolutely.
I rolled a 9 again. I'm so flustered. I have definitely misunderstood.
Okay. So with that perception check, you take the package and you move it slightly from side to side. And as you do so, the package clunks slightly, as if the object inside is flat and round, and only partially buffered by cloth. It's also not particularly heavy for its size, but you give it like a nice little shake, and you notice that nothing really like shifts inside. You don't feel like a weight shifting or moving inside, other than the whole object within the box.
Okay, I guess I'll open this one.
Okay, so you open this one, and inside, the gift is a roughly circular sun catcher, a couple handspans across, with a loop at the top to allow it to be hung. Stained glass and cut and polished jewel shapes of glass are combined through filigreed metal into a design of stars, moon, sun, and raindrops that catches any direct light and throws rainbows. The materials aren't especially precious, but craftsman shines from every single surface, and the quality of the object is plain for anyone to see. It would not look out of place in the finest houses of Westgate.
Ooh.
Or the finest witch houses of Westgate.
I don't know if I've got the house under control enough to hang breakable objects, but maybe this is how I'll test it.
Okay, so
And
after...
I hold this. That's the thing. I hold this and I wait for someone to steal it or not.
Yes.
You guys play the weirdest games. There's no like passive aggressive subtext in this. It's very confusing.
It's just, when in Westgate, do like in Westgate, and I guess there's lots of stealing in Westgate, so
I mean,
maybe
the
that's-
theft is kind of aggressive. Here, so I'll show you. And so Stong like points at Cecilia, and then he yells, "Passive aggression!" And then he steals the package from her. The sun catcher is mine. Bwahaha.
Oh no, Rogar looks in Stong's eyes just to check for little skulls, just in case.
There are no skulls.
Okay. Whew.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll check the. Wait, I do it again, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll check the green one.
The green one.
That lump.
So
I got a 12.
a 12.
Just like hold it up, sniff it,
Okay.
give it a little shake.
So, when you pick it up, you see, and this is not the perception check, this is just what you see.
Okay.
You notice that it's a box inside of a burlap sack about the size of Stong's head, though obviously a quick look at Stong will reassure you that it does not contain his head. The sack is tied off with a thin, woven hemp cord. The box is rather heavy and may take a very small bit of effort to lift. So just by tapping it or shifting it, the box feels very heavy and solid, as if it's made of heavy clay or porcelain. So with your perception check, you detect a faintly tangy, vinegary smell coming from the box. You also, when you lift it, you also feel a dull, faint clunking, like maybe a large coin bouncing around inside.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
so with your perception check of 12, you barely are able to perceive that whatever is inside is small and metallic, and it's like bouncing around, and it sometimes hits the box hard interior, yet sometimes strikes a thin layer of something softer. And lastly, as you're picking it up, give me a strength roll. Strength check.
Okay. 4.
Give me a dex save.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Somebody
14.
booby trapped their present.
14.
So as you're like picking it up to shake it around and check it out, it's heavier than you think. You accidentally drop it, but you're able to move your foot before it smashes down onto it.
Well, that's good. Did I break it?
Whatever is
sound
inside
effects?
is perfectly fine.
Okay, I am gonna look over at Stong for just a second because the thought of Stong's head apparently went through my head, and I'm just like, what's a secret word?
Pineapples. And there's no skulls in Stong's eyes.
Did you say pineapples on purpose?
No.
No, I'm asking. Yang Yang.
No.
Like, is this a clue? I don't want to go herring after the slight inconsistency if you're like, I just said pineapples on accident, but I'm
I did
ready
say it
to.
on
I
accident.
am very
I meant
prepared.
pineapple. Retcon. Okay.
Okay, cool. So just gonna go, okay. Part of me is like, this seems very heavy. I don't know if I want to try picking it up again.
If you don't
But-
pick this one, whichever one you pick next, you just open.
I'll open it. I'll open this one. The heavy one.
Okay. Inside the sack is a box that appears to have been melded from stone with a fitted lid. The first thing you notice inside is a small silver pickle. On its side, in large inscribed letters, are the words, "The Perpetual Pickler," with an exclamation mark. So you also notice that in finer print underneath it, it says, "Made in Thay." Beneath that is a note.
Hands
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
So beneath that is a
Starting
note.
around with those guys.
The note
What's
is
it
in
say?
it's in crude common. It says, "This will magically pickle anything you put in a jar or pocket with it. Makes good drink garnishes, makes displacer beast cheese real tangy, or maybe you want to make good berries taste gooder just for example no reason. And of course also words of vampires, or so a very smart friend has heard." And finally, beneath the note is a handmade pocket copy of Happy Earthquakes with stick figure drawings that often look more like a puzzle or possibly an exploding beholder than illustrations of love-making positions. There are instructions written under each illustration that appear to be in the same unique handwriting, and spelling as the note. Tend only to lend to the confusion of the images. Even worse, as you lift them out, you realize this lovely handmade book has been pickled. And as has the note, and so everything is rather now soggy.
This why the
Oops.
vinegar. It's a fascinating magic device. Do we have any hors d'oeuvres set out?
Oh, of course.
Is there anything that might be delicious if it were pickled? Or interesting if it were pickled?
Are there eggs?
Yeah, they're eggs.
Sure.
Artemisia.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Deviled eggs.
I'm gonna take a deviled egg and put it in the jar with the pickle. See what happens.
Oh, it kind of gets a sheen over it. And kind of, and then smells very vinegary and is slightly greenish.
Do we take it out? Does anybody know detect poison? Just to check.
No.
I
No,
don't.
you don't have that prepared.
Poison
But we
doesn't
have
really
a lot of
matter to
healing
me.
spells.
Artemisia, I believe it's your turn.
Oh. See, she's not sure what to do now because she's seen everything. So now she doesn't have to sort of do the like poker thing of like reading people's tells, who has the good gift and who has the mimic. So she's gonna perception check the cylindrical gift is left. Is that correct? Present C.
Yes. Cylindrical
Okay.
gift is the one on the left, the tan box.
Okay. She is going to perception check that one. That is 9.
You hear, you feel and hear the same things as Cecilia. If your perception check is 9, that's the same that she got. So
Okay.
once again, it feels incredibly light compared to the size of the package. When shaken, it feels like nothing is moving around inside. You can hear like little paper rustling from inside, and that's it.
Oh, she's gonna steal the alcohol. The very one. I'm sorry, Rogar.
Okay.
She tried to be good, but then she stole it.
The alcohol is permanently stolen now.
Oh, this is getting good. Because the closer you get to the end, the better the present. At least in melted mating manticore. So, let's see.
So Rogar, you could steal or you could open. The only one you cannot steal now is the wine that was just stolen.
Right.
You have a
and
sun
so
catcher and a magic pickle. Just for people watching.
I mean,
to
the
remind
magic
them.
pickler is really
good
cool. But you know, whoever brought it probably wouldn't want to take it back, so that would be rude. So there are 2 presents left on the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, I'll shift them.
All right. I'll check out the wee blue one.
All right. The wee blue one. Roll me a perception check.
Aye. All right.
So, in the meantime, what you see is that a square package about a human handspan on each side sits in front of you. The wrapping paper is the plain brown paper that sometimes shopkeepers wrap goods in, but this has definitely come from a different purchase. Someone has drawn what looks like crude, grimacing stick figures and leaves on the paper. It's tied with a strip of purple cloth.
Whoa.
Whoa! 25 perception. Okay, this is what when you pick it up,
Aye.
you know it's heavy for its size.
Whoa.
When you shake it a little bit, a solid object shifts inside.
Okay.
There's a faint scent of spices coming off of it.
Whoa.
And the paper at the bottom of the package has a small grease stain and a line of handwriting that says, full weight of swirl, SJORL. Half weight of damarite red.
Oh. Wait, is Damarite Red like a drug?
Roll me a knowledge check, maybe either history or maybe investigation.
We'll just do investigation. 11. Whoa.
You don't know.
Okay, I have heard that the spice is life though, so maybe. Okay, I will open it.
Okay.
Open it.
When you open present A, inside
Aye.
you see a snow globe.
Oh!
The base is shaped like a coiled, sleeping silver dragon. Inside a stylized dome temple of Ogma, a young scholar sits with a book.
Ooh.
The figurine magically turns the page as the snow swirls around the temple.
Wow. I rub it and say, I wish I had a pineapple ale.
Nothing
No?
happens.
Okay. All right. It was worth a shot. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
10
I
people
will
thought Stong brought the pickler.
I shake it upside down and then look at it.
Even with happy earthquakes. Huh.
Yeah, so the animation continues to occur with the scholar flipping the pages. When you shake it, the little figurine like shakes along with it, and then it sort of looks at you and like shakes its little metallic fist at you, and then goes back to reading.
Sorry, oops, I didn't mean that. Oh man, I wonder if I can get a magical like little silver blanket in there because they look cold in all the snow. That's my fault though. I guess I shook it. All right, well, cool. Thank you. Magical gift giver, whoever. Thank you.
So Caleb,
Why does it smell like spice? Oh, it's just the packaging. I get it. All right.
Packaging, yeah.
yeah, okay, so just for the viewers out there, I have not read like any of these descriptions before. Like I'm doing it blind, like as they're choosing things, so I actually have no idea why it smells like spice because it was not written here. So Caleb, it is your turn.
You
could
see
either
something
steal-
you want to steal that maybe is clearly for you that you should steal?
No pressure or anything, right?
There's a last reading a book in this one. That's rather careless, I think.
Caleb is actually gonna steal the pickler
Oh, nice.
because she's really, really amused by that. And then
It is pretty great.
and then she's gonna sit there by all the canapes and then toss everything in.
And pickles are kind of the undead of the vegetable world, right? They're preserved well beyond their life, so that makes sense.
Does anyone
Yeah.
not like pickles? Sorry, you're out of luck now.
I'm not gonna lie. Like within this game where Cecilia has misread the situation and is sort of stressed about it, she was very delighted with the pickler, and she's a little disappointed it's been sniped.
Hey,
So-
in real life, the pickler would be great.
For real, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Pickles, and you don't have to wait and hope they don't mold.
You could get the Suncatcher back.
So just remember, you might have a chance to steal it again later. It's only been stolen once, the pickler.
That's true. Ooh, God. Okay. I'm going to take the.
Oh, let me also remind you of a rule,
Yeah.
because we're in a unique position. And you're an intelligent character, and you would know this.
Yes.
One of the rules is that if you were the very first person to go, at the end of all the gifts being open, you could exchange that gift one time. You get to elect to steal again. So you can open a gift and then choose to exchange it because of this situation and how the rules are set up.
Okay, but if I steal from someone, they get to. Do they get that privilege of opening one and then stealing, or?
Only the very
No,
first person
just-
who kicked off the game.
Okay. Okay, I'll do it that way. I'll open the last thing and then do swapsies as is appropriate. Okay.
I like how we managed to make a D&D gift exchange into some kind of like tactical.
Well, okay.
PvP.
Not gonna lie, I'm getting all like, what would my character do? What's the moment I want? That kind of thing.
What's
But
my motivation?
I mean, it gets pretty tactical in real life
does.
too. Like, and it's better if you go with a partner because then you can like strategize with them.
Oh, listen
Double
to
your
this. Wow. Next level tactics.
can I make just because I did not, I'm sure someone wrote a cool description and I did not get much from my perception check. Can I do another perception check on this thing?
Sure. It's the holidays.
You'll let me.
I hope you get an. Oh my god,
21!
amazing. Okay. So once again, what you knew about it before was that it feels incredibly light compared to the size of the package. When shaken, it feels like nothing is moving around inside. You can hear more paper rustling inside as an object moves around though. And with your amazing perception check, you can tell that it smells faintly of milk and spice, and you can barely hear something metallic clinking against itself, insulated amongst the paper inside.
Okay, I'm gonna open it.
Okay, so you take this package and you open the top, and you see a sheet of Stong's music. Nestled atop a nest of other shredded sheets of Stong's first drafts. Packed underneath that, in amongst all the paper, is a silver bracelet with 2 charms dangling off of one side. One of the charms is shaped like a foot, and the other one is of an open mouth. So, an identification spell or some sort of arcana check, or Stong himself explains that when the foot is inserted into the mouth, the user gets to have a free casting of the Gift of Gab spell, which is a reaction, it has no save, and you can say words as part of casting the spell, and those words, so every creature within 5 feet then forgets the last 6 seconds before the spell was cast and remembers the new words that you just said as part of casting the spell.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
So basically you get to like rewrite people's immediate memories of, whatever you just blurted out. But then you must roll a 1d20. And on
Okay.
a roll of a 1, everyone you ever used this on remembers what you actually said, and that you use this on them, including the current target.
Oh no. Oh no. Ah. So This is what's happening in Cecilia's head. As established, Rusalka's coin purse is the Rashemi gift exchange version, and you wrap a present with things to signal who is supposed to open it. And then the idea is you hope that person chooses your gift. And so that's what she did. So the gift she brought did not go to the person she brought it for. And so she feels like she should fix this. But this is really cool. So is she going to be selfish, or is she going to follow through on her good friend thing? And it's Christmassy holiday thing, so I feel like she should do the other one.
It's Christmassy, so do what's right for yourself.
No, listen, I'm trying to make my character have some like personal growth and stuff. So she's gonna steal the snow globe.
Okay.
Does that mean Rogar's takes the bracelet, or the bracelet's on the table for someone else to snatch?
Rogar has the bracelet. He could exchange it with somebody else right now.
Okay.
So that means that thing has been stolen once.
All right, so let's run down. We got the cool bracelet, got the snow globe, which I can't take because it was taken from me.
Globe.
Yeah.
We've got the elven wine, which I cannot take because it was stolen twice.
Yes.
A reflector thing, sun catcher.
There's a sun catcher. Yes. It makes rainbows from light.
Which I also really like.
And the pickle.
The pickler, with the Book of Happy Earthquakes.
Which I technically probably cannot take, or shouldn't I?
No, you could take. You could take it.
I could.
Moral questions aside, you are allowed within the rules to steal your own gift, or just a cool gift that some cool guy brought.
Right.
Are there skulls in Rogar's eyes?
So I mean, I think I'm pretty much eliminated from taking everything except for the bracelet and the either morally or by the rules, the bracelet or the sun catcher. Remind me, what is this? What is the sun catcher? It's something beautiful.
Yeah, it's something pretty, but let me read you the description one more time. Ooh. So it is a roughly circular sun catcher, a couple of hand spans across, with a loop at the top allowing it to be hung. Stained glass and cut and polished jewel shapes of glass are combined through filigreed metal into a design of stars, moon, sun, and raindrops that catches any direct light and throws rainbows. The materials aren't especially precious, but craftsmanship shines from every single surface, and the quality of the object is plain for anyone to see. It would not look out of place in the finest houses of Westgate.
Oh, well.
Somebody blew the budget.
Clearly. That's the whole thing. Like, I originally, confession, I originally was going to give money to like the poor in someone's name as the gift, but then like I realized you wouldn't be able to open that. That wouldn't be very satisfying.
Just wrap up some poor people.
So then I could have done that. Oh no, that would be bad.
No.
But then they could have eaten with us. That would have been nice. Then I made the Happy Earthquakes because I homemade gift. That's kind of in the melted mating manticore tradition. But then I realized when Simeon said, told me to give him the receipts for whatever I bought, and everyone else was spending 20 silver pieces or less on theirs, and I was like, oh, you have to buy something. So I got something else. I will take the sun catcher because I think while I could certainly use something that helps get rid of the last thing that I said, especially when I'm droning on like this,
It's only good for 6 seconds.
It's only good for 6 seconds. Oh, burn! Oh!
Thank you for giving me the gift of that joke.
Fair. But Ruin, I think, would really like the sun. It would be a pretty thing in the room, especially in the basement. It gets a bit dim, so I don't know how I'll get sun in the basement, but I'll figure it out. All right, I'll take that.
So is that the first time that the Suncatcher has been stolen? No, that was the second time.
no,
because
I
Stong
Stole
stole it
from
first.
Cecilia.
So it is immune from theft. And now Stong gets a chance to steal something. There's either the pickler or it looks like the snow globe.
Or the bracelet.
Or he could keep the bracelet. Oh, thank you so much for the gift subs, Meyer Doug. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, he is going to take the pickler.
Everybody wants the pickler.
Well, because it comes with a copy of Happy Earthquakes. That's why everyone wants it, right?
Everyone wants the book. The pickler is just a side.
Stong,
Aye.
Stong says as he like breaks the book in half and feeds one piece of it to Mirabelle and the other half to himself. Pickle, this is delicious. Oh, thank you so
As
much
long
for
as
the
she
gift
doesn't
subs,
look at it
Daza.
before she eats it.
Oh,
She did not.
We're almost on a hype train.
Oh yeah, no, thank you everybody. Really appreciate it.
Wonderful.
So now Caleb has the bracelet.
You have the bracelet and you have a chance to steal.
What is left again? I know we just went through it.
I think you can take the snow globe.
Yeah, it's just a
and
snow
I think
globe.
everything else is forbidden.
Well, then snow globe it is.
Oh,
You did it. I didn't think it would work. I was like, oh, come on, Cecilia, it'll never work. But
I
you
mean,
did it.
Honestly, it's out of context. What I was going to do is just give it to Caleb at the end, but now I have the bracelet, so.
oh, thank you so much, Original Angston. Oh my gosh, everybody's so nice to us tonight. Yay. Oh, I really appreciate it.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
It is.
Happy
I'm
holidays,
also
friends.
gonna point out that Cecilia drew skeletons and feathers, so you'd know it was for Caleb, but she can't draw, so. And it's mostly spice because that's the wrappings from Salt Centers from when she buys cheese and things.
So, you all have your presents now, and you see Stong like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Subcritical Role. Oh my god, everybody,
Thank you.
everybody, so many subs tonight. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wonderful.
Oh man.
Hype train!
Yeah, we did it! Choo-choo!
Awesome.
Okay,
So we have
so you see Stong's got like a little glistening teary-eyed as he's like, oh, this pickled Happy Earthquake is so good. And then he eats the other piece, that's left over of the note, and then he holds up this big sack, like this big burlap sack that he had somehow gotten into the room, and he's like, well, friends, if this gift-giving game is over, then I'm supposed to head over to the Fire Snails, and we have our own little holiday tradition called Heads Giving. And then he holds up the burlap sack, and he's like,
Stong, is that bag full of heads?
what, heads? I mean,
Yeah.
no, that would just be crude. These are the goods that I've carved out of the skulls of our enemies.
Oh,
So,
Oh, I was hoping heads of cheese maybe, but this is.
oh no.
Caleb helped with the defleshing. Is that what happened?
Yeah, thank you, Caleb. And this pickler will come in use too in the future. But in the swamps of Coromir, we don't have very many resources. So, the one thing that we do have in abundance is enemies. So, we after we fight them and we take our trophies and then we turn them into all sorts of useful objects to trade each other, like plates and utensils, chairs sometimes. If you're lucky, you could make a bed.
Like if you fight an
Kill a
ogre
giant,
or
make
something
a hot
really
tub.
large. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, that's my dream.
waste not, want not.
Yeah. But I'm heading out right now. I'll see the rest of y'all later. And then Stong takes the pickler And he disappears. Walks out.
Oh.
In case the audience, I think the audience probably figured it out, but Artemisia was the one who brought the Suncatcher and completely blew the budget
That was
out of the water. In the perception check, if you'd rolled high enough, the ribbon had been chewed on by the Tressa.
Oh.
So that was how you could tell. Because, I mean, cats and ribbons.
And Rogar can make a better Happy Earthquake. It's just he was very, very, very drunk when he made that one. As part of
I
melting.
thought it was because it got pickled.
Well, that too. That didn't help. But a big part of melted mating manticore. So basically, in the summer solstice, we do the Parathon Marathon Ting-along Sing-along, where we sing the ballads for like 6 days, drinking, and then we all craft something. And by then, we're very, very drunk, and it turns out very, very Hackett. And then in the Winterfest, we pile all of those Hackett things in a giant pile around the Soul Forger's great fire, and we dance and we sing more ballads and drink for 6 more days. And then by that point, people are making mistakes in the song, and if you make a mistake, then you have to take a gift. So the person who lasts the longest gets the gift closest to the fire, and by that point, the fire has sort of melted a bunch of the gifts together. So you get this nice, great ring of gold and silver that's around the fire, and that looks rather like a line of sort of melted mating manticores, and that's the.
There we
origin of that.
go.
Aye.
I like it. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for all these bits you're cheering.
Yeah.
This is so exciting.
Yeah, thank you, Roar Ram.
Oh.
Thank you, Daza. I saw one more. Thank you, Anonymous Cheerer. I think that's an anonymous cheerer, not their name, right?
So I already explained what Cecilia's
Aw.
version of the game was. The stereotype I chose was bought a gift for someone specific. And I think in this moment she would go like sit down next to Caleb and be like, no one told me who they were buying for, and I didn't know what to get, but I saw that and it made me think of you, because like she's like, she cares about learning stuff, and I mean, look at her, she's so smart, and she's turning over a new leaf, sort of. I don't know if like Agma's your thing. I don't actually know what else. I don't know what anybody does really, but I saw it and I couldn't stop thinking how much it made me think of you, and that's why I got it. And if you don't like it, I'll trade you back the bracelet.
I'm not giving this back, really.
If you guys
But
wish
I'm
to
glad.
engage in actual PvP, I'm not ready, but I'm willing.
Oh.
Level 5 hype train. Thank you so much. Oh my
God.
god. Jesus. That's the highest we've ever had a hype train.
Nice.
Okay.
Caleb was a regifter.
It was a pretty good regift, though.
Artemisia has already poured herself some, and she's sipping. She's definitely like,
Oh yeah,
getting
this is
bouquet and like.
sip it.
You gonna share?
So you all are talking about your holiday traditions and sharing some refreshments when suddenly
Hi.
you hear 3 loud, heavy knocks at the door. Boom, boom, boom.
One
Whoa.
each from a ghost.
We are the ghosts of...
Artemisia is
I'm thinking of other people who aren't here who might knock heavily, and then my only guess is Sarshan forgot how doors work.
I mean, depending on when
answer it.
this time agnostic scenario is taking place, could be the Twilight Night, it could be the Night King, it could be Marsalea, it
For
could
Midwinter.
no. Since it's Midwinter, clearly the person knocking on the door is Artemisia's like big city lawyer boyfriend, who doesn't know that she's broken up with him yet.
This suddenly becomes a
Right.
Hallmark movie.
Yes!
So while you're all discussing this, you hear another series of loud knocks on the door. Boom, boom, boom. And then somebody's
I'll
like,
get
is there anybody home?
I'll get it. I'm gonna go open the door.
I mean, you are kind of a successful interior designer there, Artemisia, so it fits.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, oh.
as you walk over toward the door,
Love
you
that
see there's like
door.
Love what?
I'm laughing at the Hallmark joke.
Yeah,
Giving
I
me
mean,
the giggles.
next holiday we'll make it happen.
There we go.
But you see on your way over to the front door, there's like a little portal where you can sort of get a little peek as to who's outside. And at first you think it's Stong, because it's like a really tall, heavy-set silhouette. But then you realize Stong's maybe like about 6'10", and whoever this figure is, they're even larger. You can make out the rough shape of like a woolen overcoat. And so you open the door.
I want to summon my axe and just hold it outside the door, just in case. Like
You're
when you're
wizard.
not sure if the person on the other side of the door is actually a murderer, so you just get something where you can whack them with it. So just like, here, and then I'm gonna pull the door open. Yes.
So you pull the door open with your axe in hand,
But
and
over here
immediately
so they can't see it.
your axe behind you or to the side.
No, it's like do we have 2 doors in the front or just one?
Artemisia.
Two, because that looks
Okay.
like more
So
grand.
these are the doors. Here are the doors. Here are the people. Here we
And then
go.
here's
This
the
is
axe.
Cecilia, and
Behind
here's her
door
axe.
number 2.
Okay.
Oh.
Mhm.
So she's gonna go like this. Yes, and keep the door axe behind the other door.
Got it. So when you crack open the door just that little bit, immediately in front of you, you are greeted with, you see like in front of you is the end of one thin woolen scarf. It might have been like a rich blue at one point, but now it's really faded and it looks like it's made of wool. You also see you don't see the face of this figure beneath like this top hat that they're wearing that's like, angling slightly downwards, and like between the top of the scarf and the bottom edge of the hat. You can't quite make out their face, but you do see a really long serpentine snout. A white long serpentine snout peeking out from it, almost like a second end of a scarf.
Is there like a roll I can make to see if Cecilia knows what she's looking at here?
What's your passive investigation?
My passive investigation is 15.
Okay, you recognize this as a Loxodon, but you've never actually met a Loxodon. You've only read about them or heard about them.
She looks back towards the dining room. If anybody can see her, she's making a face like, guys. Then she turns back and she says, "Can I help you? Do you need something?"
The figure says, yes, if you're the Westgate Irregulars, it is of the utmost importance that I talk to you at once. But can I please come inside? It's so cold out here.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna open the door the rest of the way, and I will banish the axe because I don't want to make the Loxodon angry, and I can always Eldritch Blast them if they turn on us.
Right. He senses none of your intent as he steps inside, ducking his head, and as he does so, he comes up with his top hat in both of his hands, and unwrapping the scarf and taking off the top hat, you see that this is what they look like. Well, let's see if I can...
Oh.
So, the Loxodon.
White Loxodon.
With a monocle.
So you actually recognize that as like a specific kind of monocle,
Yeah.
like the type of device that like a toy maker might use.
Oh.
And so this Loxodon has his top hat in 2 of his hands, and he's sort of like hunched down. You see like the snow sort of melting off his shoulders, and making his shoulders wet.
Why don't you come with me? We were just visiting in the dining room. What was your name again? I'm sorry, you didn't have a chance to introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be rude. My name is
No, it's okay.
I'm Maker Clausen.
Maker Clausen.
Clausen, yes.
Got it.
Maker is my
Clausen.
title.
Well, welcome to Briar House. I'm Cecilia. Let's just go in the dining room, guys. We have a client. What do we call it when we help people?
What
I really want to say sucker, but I'm not going to. But you, I'm gonna say
Illyra's problem, usually.
At the very least, Artemisia sees on Cecilia's face, like, the word sucker wants to come out, and she stops it.
I think Caliph usually says payday, but
Okay. Well, this is Maker Clausen, and he
Please,
needs our
just
help.
call me
She's
Clausen.
gonna introduce everybody. Clausen. She's gonna introduce everybody, so we all know each other's names.
Rogar will lean over to Caliph and say, "Oh man, Sturge would be so jealous. Someone's got a larger nose than he does."
So the Loxodon has just been like looking around as he's like walking, and he just seems amazed by the manor, and he's very impressed. He looks very impressed by like the decorations that you put up, Artemisia, and he tells you so. But then he seems a little nervous, and he keeps like kind of looking outside at the window, and he says, Irregulars, I don't see all of you here, but I have a matter that requires the utmost urgency.
Okay, we're only a little drunk, so it's probably fine.
My secret is I'm always a little drunk.
Can I do the bracelet?
You can absolutely anytime you want. It is a
I'd
reaction.
like to do the bracelet.
Yes. What would you like to
I see
say?
the look on his face, and I'm like, what would I like to have said instead?
Yeah.
Tell
You could
us
just
about
do
your
silence
problem.
also. I'll allow
Tell us
that.
about your problem. That seems responsible, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you see his eyes glaze over for a second, and then he's like, "Oh, what utmost importance. You see, I am a local toy maker in Westgate, and I have a delivery that I need to make within the next 3 hours. But I went to my toy shop after making a prior delivery, and, well, I have reason to believe that there's a mimic lurking amongst my toys."
Oh.
Real generous mimic.
Oh, yes. Have you heard of the legend of the generous mimic? I love that legend.
Well,
There's
that's
a
in
legend?
Aglaron. And when I got my toys as a child, that was what my stepmother always told me.
Well, I don't know if this one is quite so benevolent, for you see,
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I have reason to believe that it might have eaten my assistant.
Oh no.
So, I have 3 hours. I clearly am in over my head, and so I would love to implore your help to help save Midwinter for all the children of the Forgotten
Question.
Realms.
Just out of curiosity, are you asking us to hunt the mimic or make toys?
Oh, well, I was just thinking you would hunt the mimic, but if you'd like to help me make toys.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Maker Clausen. This group is probably not the people you want making toys.
I know the
Artemisia-
stereotype is that elves make toys, but they're only half elves and besides. I think.
One, Artemisia will take the 3 hours making one perfect toy. Two, Rogar will hand you a bunch of rocks and say those are the best toys. 3, Caliph will probably raise a bunch of animal skeletons and wrap them in boxes. Tell me I'm not right. And I'm not gonna do it. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, if your parents said no pets, because they make a mess.
What's this? What's this?
So maybe
he's
we
kinda,
focus
like,
on the
looking-
mimic first.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. It might take us about maybe 15 to 20 minutes to get over there, so we should hurry, if
Okay.
possible. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I just want to be very clear up front, though. There's no payment. I'm very poor.
Well, but for the children.
Yes, that is what this is for.
You know, for kids. Hi.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So, he leads you out the door, and through the streets of Westgate. He's heading toward...
I'm going to have to say that maybe Artemisia like hit the wine and then didn't realize how strong it was, so she tried to like walk in a straight line and it didn't work. 'Cause I gotta fade out here, I'm afraid.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, how about this? Let me get the description down, and then we'll go to a break. And then during the break, that'll give me time to readjust the video.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
That's
You
fine.
did your part by getting your booster, and we're proud of you.
Yeah. So he takes you through the streets of Westgate, and along the way, you see various signs of people celebrating Midwinter. You see a few worshippers of Oral doing their ice dance. You see some worshippers of Loviatar dancing in a circle, and they appear to be dancing on either like sharp objects or broken glass. And for those of you who have like a passive investigation of 12 or higher, you know that this is a rite called the Rite of Pain and Purity. And as you pass the docks, you see that there are some of those crazy Talos worshippers just, at the end of the docks, calling out, beseeching the heavens for storms and lightning. And then
I'll push one in the water.
you do so from far away. The rest of the worshippers.
Does somebody have mage hand? Somebody's got mage hand, right? Somebody's got mage hand. I'm not going in. Where's Sturge when you... Caleb, let's hit him with the mage hand. Okay.
Another one falls into the water. So
Urugara will just look the other way. Okay.
as you keep moving down, you see lastly a group of, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Lyra? L-L-I-I-R-A.
Two L's.
Yes.
Lyra.
Lyra.
I don't know if you actually say it with the Welsh cl, but
worshippers, and they look like they are throwing their weapons down onto the ground in front of them. There's like a little line of them, and they take turns like walking up to the front and tossing their weapon down on the ground. And then on the other side, there seemed to be a group of what looked to be either like druids or wizards casting spells, and as they make motions with their hands, you see like little flowers like pop into existence above it and other plants, and they fall upon the weapons. And for those of you with a passive investigation of 12 or higher, you know that this is called the Swords Cast Down Ritual. And
whoever's
finally,
near me, I'm gonna go, this is just gonna piss off the winter spirits. I don't know why they'd do that. Just color commentary, it's fine.
no, I love it. So finally, you take a sharp turn down a narrow alley, and that takes you to a spot that's right close to Westgate's eastern wall. And you see that the toy shop is a modest workshop that sits beneath the shadow of one of the incredibly tall sections of the wall. And that keeps the workshop in perpetual shade, which in this case means the whole area is freezing. So, Clausen takes you over to the front of the workshop, and he takes you to the door. And let's see.
Rogar will ask Caleth, so mimics, they're like chests sometimes, right? So does that mean when it ate his assistant, is he maybe inside the chest and he's okay, but like if we open it, if we can open the mimic, he'll be okay?
Will he be okay?
His assistant, he said the mimic maybe ate his assistant.
After you get eaten, I'm pretty sure you're not okay.
Oh, so it's not like the Astral Dreadnought where you're just like inside the thing.
Unless mimics are somehow astral dreadnoughts.
Oh.
No.
Maybe they're baby Astral Dreadnoughts. I mean, they have to come from someplace.
And with that, we are going to take a break. And after we come back, you will get a chance to see. And yes, that is roll 20 with some dynamic lighting. We're going to give it a shot. See how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, you'll get to see if they discover the mimic in the toy shop just in time to save Midwinter.
I'm afraid
right.
we're going to destroy everything finding this mimic, but I am excited to find out.
It's okay, non-canonical, right?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
fine. We didn't destroy Christmas for
We're done with sitting
Midwinter for all the children of Westgate.
Yeah, exactly.
I technically haven't done anything yet. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do this with, style and aplomb and a minimum of shatter. But here we are.
Yeah, and you'll add
Anyway.
more toys to the pile, and yeah, it'll be great. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then. Hello, hello, hello. We are back for the second half of our one-shot. Unfortunately, Artemisia had to bow out. Rhiannon had her second, she had her booster shot, and she wasn't feeling good. So we have now 3 adventurers here to save Midwinter from...
I'm glad she gave us permission. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I'm glad she gave us permission to say that Artemisia got drunk. Because that would be the thing I would say. So I'm glad that we can just go ahead and do that with no worries.
Polished off all that burial wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So who did the Loxodon?
So if you admire the art for the Loxodon, one of my friends, Chaos Pocky, did it for me. Sort of like just last minute. I needed a favor, and I didn't want to let any of the other irregulars in on the secret of what was going to happen. Oh, hey, welcome, Raiders. The Alexandrian is raiding with a party of 27.
Nice.
Guys, we gotta find a mimic in a toy shop.
Yeah.
He did specify that we had to try and keep things intact, though, right?
I want to be clear that was not said, but he's also standing right next to us still.
Well, and if he needs to deliver the toys, if that's the whole point of this, it seems like we wouldn't want to destroy the toys.
Children can play with pieces of wood. I
Or
played with
rocks.
pieces of wood, and I turned out fine.
And I
mostly.
turned out great, mostly.
Yeah.
So sticks and rocks, aye, here we go.
This is fine.
So
It's
real
fine.
quick for the Raiders, just because, welcome to the stream. If this is your first time, we are actually the players. The DM is currently taking a little break, for the holidays. If you are here in the lower right, we're doing a giveaway. All of the commands are there at the bottom, and the items are also there. Okay, so you have arrived at the toy shop, and Clausen clarifies for the rest of you that indeed he did not specify that you have to you have to preserve any toys, etc. But the objective is to find the mimic in the toy shop. Now, to start off with, because all of you know that you're about to go hunt a mimic, please give me, you could tell me what skill you want to roll, and then you could sort of give me a take on how you're gonna try to obtain knowledge, of this mimic, or how do you recall knowledge of this mimic? Is it history? Did you hear about it in church? Was there a cult of the mimic? Is it a nature check? Did you spend some time with some monster hunters? Et cetera, et cetera.
I am gonna roll Arcana because one of the Ramiani, the masked wizards of Rashomon, was studying mimics in order to try and harness their uncanny polymorph abilities for the
Nice.
great fight against Fae. I was only paying so much attention, so hopefully I remembered something. 13.
13, okay. What'd the rest of everybody get? So if you tell me your total, because you guys, I assume you guys are sharing knowledge with each other, right?
Yeah.
Aye.
I'll tell you all at once what
16?
you all got. 16.
This is kind of racking her brains, trying to remember any mention of mimics that she can from anything that she's read before.
And what was the last roll?
Well, for me was performance 17 because, of course, I get all my knowledge about beasts from Beetlebaum's Picture Bestiary, and that's where I learned it. If you have a pickle in your pocket, a vampire can't stalk it. So I've learned many wonderful things about mimics.
I'm not sure I would take a performance in that case. How about
storyteller.
history?
Oh, all right. I didn't want actual knowledge. Oh, good, perfect. 9.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so I've created this handout for you. what you know about mimics. And right now, you know nothing. But because of your rolls... Now, first of all, you know that mimics were all made by a wizard.
Of course they were.
Yes, a wizard did
Every
it.
weird thing is because some wizard with an ego or a drinking problem got a little too ambitious.
Or a bet. Or a drunken bet. Aye.
That sounds about right.
You also know that they have evolved over the ages. The first one that the wizard made was created to guard their treasure in their tower, but they've become specialized over the ages. So you've seen mimics that are like specialized to look like houses. You've seen ones that are really small. You've seen ones that can look like hoards of treasure. And the older that a mimic gets, the smarter and more powerful they are. You also know that mimics must stay their same roughly cubic volume of mass. So if it is a huge mimic, whatever they turn into must be huge. But it could be like flat but huge, you know, like a football field or something. The mimic shape change is not a magical effect. It utilizes body contortion and liquid pigmentation. So a dispel magic, you know, would not, you know, stop it from shape changing. You know that mimics do not turn into any random object. They prefer to like pick like a dwelling and then duplicate something within it. You know that mimics speak a language called Mimic, which is a bastardization of Common. Not all mimics are smart enough to actually converse, but the ones that are, you know, speak this language. You know that varieties of mimics exist with greater mimic properties. You know that mimics excrete a glue, and this is the last thing you know. Mimics excrete a glue that's incredibly powerful. A strong alcohol will dissolve it.
I've been preparing for this my entire life.
Wine.
Oh, yes!
I feel like we should harvest this glue. This seems like it could be useful.
And then every time we need to climb a ladder, we just apply a little to the rungs.
Right?
Oh,
We're the
there
best
we go.
ladder climbers ever. Nobody will make fun of us for falling down ladders again.
Yes.
And
So
as a
I've
cleric
taken-
of life and love, Rogar also knows that mimics, if they get in a relationship together, it's very unhealthy. Because mimics tend to like just take on whatever the interests and stuff of their partner. But then if two, it becomes this really unhealthy cycle. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so I basically posted the facts that I just read aloud to you in the handout. That's called
Okay.
What You Know About Mimics, if you ever need to use it.
Oh,
Finally, what you see immediately in front of you is the toy shop. But there's a door right here, right up front.
Okay.
And Clausen is taking out his keys and he's about to open the door. But right here to the side, you see there's like a little display case where he shows off some of his toys.
oh.
So the way this works in Roll20, if you've never done it before, is I turn on like dark vision. You can either create a light source. You could also turn your token around. There's like a little, if you select it, there's a little arm that'll pop off, and you could flip him around to look at, you know, a certain direction. And you should be able to see out of each other's eyes. Otherwise, feel free to just move your token around, and it'll update the vision.
Okay.
Whoops. Caleb is not dead.
So
We have to open the door to see into it, right?
right, yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna
Clausen's
look
about to
over here.
open the door.
Do any of these things look mimicky?
Can Caleb get a couple of skeletons here?
You can if you have some bones in your backpack, Kalith. You can try to roll a perception, and I'll tell you what you see based upon that perception check. Clausen is fumbling with the keys in his pocket, and he's like, "Oh, we only have about 2.5 hours to find this mimic before I make my toy delivery. Oh, thank you so much for helping me. All of the other heroes of the city are either busy or told me no, because I was offering them no reward."
Wait,
Oh.
you came to other people first?
No, you were the first ones. Anyways, this door, I'm about to open it. What did you roll for the perception check?
15.
9. You do not perceive anything out of the
I
ordinary.
rolled a 15.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. You do not perceive anything out of the ordinary about the objects in the display, but you do notice that there's something like slightly glistening over here on the display to the left.
Can Rogue?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is the display, is that like behind a window or is it open? Like, can I touch what's
Hold on
in
one
there or
second.
nah?
It's behind a window. You can't touch
Okay.
what's behind there.
All right, then I will go in.
So Clausen opens the door for you, and inside of the toy shop, you immediately get the feeling of wrongness as hundreds of tiny eyes are staring at us from the darkness.
Oh no.
It's dark inside and cold. Clausen says, please, I'll stay out here, just in case it runs away, but, I believe in you.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I believe in you.
Is that
Caleb is going to take some time to raise up a couple skeletons.
And Rogar will cast Freedom of Movement on Cecilia.
I want to, thank you.
Hi.
Go over here to the window. Sorry, Caleb, I grabbed you by accident. Didn't mean to disrupt your skeleton harvesting. I want to look
sorry.
in the display at whatever I saw that was glistening.
Ooh.
There's also this horse in front of me, and I kind of want to poke it and see if it bites me.
Do it in order. So what are you doing first? So as soon as you cross over to that area, Cecilia, nothing happens to you. You get like a slight like sensation, but no big deal. Rogar, as you follow her into that region, give me you step in something like a tacky sort of liquid. Now give me either an athletics or an acrobatics roll.
Okay.
Ooh,
Whoa.
perfect.
I got a natural 20 on that one.
Nice. Yeah, so you managed to notice it, and maybe you touch it a little bit, but you managed to just rip yourself like away your foot. Yeah.
Whoa, I think it's been here. Definitely, there's something sticky on the floor. Well, I don't want to judge. I don't know what it is on the floor, but it might be from the mimic.
Give me like a nature check.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you some skeletons, Caleb.
14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you do recognize it as mimic glue, but it seems to be pretty old. It's like the traces of mimic glue.
Is that
I
what's...
wonder.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking. I wonder if the toy maker was using the mimic glue to like glue his toys together, and then it got out of control or something.
Hey, Raiders again!
Hey,
Welcome.
welcome Raiders!
Also, Roger will hold up his sun catcher and go, "Oh man, this is so complex and beautiful. I bet no mimic could copy this." Just in case.
Are you nagging the mimic?
Welcome, Evendale Raiders. We have a giveaway going on right now in the lower right corner. All the commands are there. And welcome, we're playing a holiday one-shot where they're looking for a mimic that's hiding in a toy workshop.
Can I look up in the display for what was glistening? Is it more mimic glue or something different?
So this first display holds nothing. On the way, are you going to interact with a horse?
I was gonna poke the horse.
Okay. As you poke the horse, give me a will save.
What is with this toy shop? Wait, what's a will save?
Oh, sorry. Wisdom save.
Thank you. I was like, I know this, but I can't remember.
I always do this with the
No.
additions.
Oh. I rolled a 10.
A 10?
I have inspiration from a different, from the regular game.
A 10
use
is
it?
enough. A 10 is enough.
Oh, okay, good.
So, basically, the horse suddenly like rears up, and because it's in the
Whoa.
dark and you're like not expecting it, it rears up, it whinnies at you, and it like sort of kicks its legs in the air, and then it just drops back down in front of you again.
Ah, what is that? Is that for children? Guys, don't poke the horse. It doesn't want to be poked.
Oh, okay.
So is the thing I saw glistening in the left-hand display?
Yeah, in the first.
Okay. I'm going to, as I move over here, eyeball these toys. They move in.
Some of the toys actually seem to twitch a little bit as you pass, but many of them do.
What if we just set everything on fire?
So this is why Kenneth has the skeleton. She's gonna tell them to go around and punch everything.
I'm doing the skeleton punch.
I mean, it's not gonna break anything because they're all, like just toys and stuff. It just punches
So
see if they react.
What I want is for Cecilia to kind of back along so that she can kind of glance at the table and then glance at the display. And then sort of look a little more at the display. And is the glistening something
What is your passive
identifiable?
perception?
My passive perception is only a 12.
Okay. So when you first pass this table here, this bottom table in the southwest, you notice that it is full of toy figurines. On it are figurines of what look to be like generic soldiers of the region. You see also generic-looking lizard men and other such creatures. And when you place them near each other, they begin to reenact like a fight.
Well, that's fun. They seem to be occupied with each other, though.
They do.
Okay, then I'm gonna go look in the display.
So inside of the display, you see a toy ship, 2 toy soldiers, similar to the ones that are on the table in the southwest, and you see a toy castle. The castle is about 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide,
Okay.
and about 2 feet deep.
Was anything in here is what was glistening?
That's what you notice from the outside. So give me an active perception roll. Oh, amazing.
19!
Yeah, so you notice that there's some traces of mimic glue here as well. Because of your perception, you could sort of tell that this is the sort of glue that is left when it drags itself through the area.
Okay, and do the drag marks give any indication of it having come into this space or having left this space?
In.
In? Okay, I want to chop everything.
Okay.
Or you know what? Actually, there's like three groupings. Can I just Eldritch Blast each one?
Yeah.
Oh wait, here. Actually, no, it won't matter. Okay, cool.
So what are you blasting first?
So I'm gonna blast the ship, and then the soldiers, and then the castle. If I have to pick one soldier, I pick the left-hand soldier
Blast
for
the ship
no
out of
apparent
it.
reasons.
Okay.
Okay, so the ship.
So you do know, before you start this, so you do know
Oh, sorry.
that the creature, toys that are animated and have some sort of life, you think that they have some sort of lesser version of like an animate object spell on them, which
Okay.
does make them creatures. It makes them constructs.
Okay.
Okay, so which one are you hitting first?
Should I be having moral concerns? Because I don't.
No, you do what you want.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I
I'm just
blast
letting you know.
the ship
Nothing happens.
with okay. Does it? It's okay. Are you playing with this only works on creatures?
Mhm.
Okay, 24 on the little soldier.
Roll damage. You definitely hit these soldiers. A 24, wow.
12.
Yeah, your force damage, like the soldier just flings into the glass and it just breaks into little pieces.
Okay. I
The
squint
other
at it. Okay.
The other soldier sort of like follows it a little bit and continues to stab at it.
I'm gonna hit the castle, I guess.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I guess I could also, because it's a cantrip, I could just hit the little soldier again.
All
The
right.
other one.
Yeah, do it.
I rolled a 1.
Man. So normally in my house games, I do play with a 1 as an automatic failure and a 20 as an automatic success.
That's
But
fair.
I will give you players the option because we will play with this forever hence.
Well, see, here's the thing. You have to decide, because if Eldritch Blast can affect non-creatures, as it should, because I hate that rule so much, then the window would shatter and it would leave a big boom and it would very much upset the Loxodon, I assume. Or it just goes nowhere.
In my game, it doesn't affect inanimate creatures. So
Then
you'd
there's
be
nothing
fine.
really spectacularly bad that could happen, and I'm just going to do it again.
It ricochets. I don't know. It ricochets off the window and it
How can
hits
it
one of the
bounce?
figurines.
How can it bounce if it
tops.
doesn't interact with objects?
I think maybe because you rolled a 1 and you have a hand spasm suddenly, like a muscle twitch. Anyways, so yeah, you can roll again to attack. So you've now destroyed 2 of the toys.
I mean, it's like radiation, and
Yeah.
radiation
17.
it passes through things, but
I rolled a 17.
Yeah,
Does
that's
that
a hit. Oh, absolutely.
It is a 9. 9 damage.
Yeah, so the other toy soldier was stabbing like the pieces of the first one that shattered, and then you blast it from behind, and it like goes face forward into the glass and splits into a bunch of pieces
And
as
nothing
well.
turns like into a mimic.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna stick my hand out and be like, guys, I don't think the mimic's in the. And then I'm gonna stop and look at the curtains speculatively.
Okay.
Oh.
But let's go with Rogar and then Caleb. So Rogar, what do you
Yeah.
want? What have you been doing this whole time?
I've come up with this, what looks like a table full of objects here.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a table full of toys. They
Aye.
are little toy bugbears, and they have like a little
Oh.
stitching on like their little clothes that say hug bears, and there's also their arms are like outstretched and they have like extra long arms, and there's an elf with a little bow and arrow, like a little toy quiver, a human with a top hat and a little tuxedo, and a tabaxi with wearing like a pink dress and bow.
Whoa. Oh, pretty cute. Well, I feel bad for the little elf with the bow and arrow. It's probably very undervalued. So I think Rogar will discreetly begin picking them up and licking them and putting them back, because Rogar is pretty sure he heard that mimics, like, they smell like chocolate, but then if you lick them, they taste like raisins, and it's very disappointing. And so
Which one are you looking
slowly-
first?
I'll just start at the right end and work my way down with the hug bears.
Okay. So as you pick up each toy, it like comes to life and it does like a preset set of actions. So like the little toy bugbears, they hug you and they hug your face and they hug your tongue as you lick them. They don't seem to like, they sort of like shiver a little bit, but they can't make noise. You think they might be laughing or giggling?
Oh, that's sweet. All right, I'll work my way through the hug bears, and then there's the elf with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, so you pick up the elf with the bow and arrow, and you begin to lick it, and as you're licking it, it like takes the bow and it sort of aims it at you, and then it pretends to grab like an arrow from its quiver, and a little arrow of light like comes into its hand, and it draws and it shoots it, and the light sort of just dissipates. Like it goes, near your face, but it's just light and it dissipates.
These are solid toys.
Oh, they are. They're very nice. I'm thinking about like trying to maybe make a deal with the Loxodon to maybe make like Happy Earthquake action figures where they enter. Well, never mind. So, because I think that would be very instructive for people, much better than a drawing. So what was next? There was the hug bearers, the little.
Human in a tuxedo with a top hat.
Oh, that's adorable. reminds me a little bit of Sturge, which I feel a little weird about licking something that reminds me of Sturge. So I'll just sniff it to see if it smells like chocolate.
What is your passive? Well, I mean, give me an active perception roll.
Okay.
It does not smell like
15?
chocolate.
Oh, okay. It's probably safe then. I'll sit it back down. And
Oh, when you grabbed it, it started doing
Yeah.
like this little jig in place.
oh, I make a note. Maybe I'll get it. I like, I'll have something to dance with later. All right. So, what's next?
Tabaxi with a dress and a bow.
Oh, that's very cute. All right. Well, but it seems like a wee lass, like a child, or is it?
Seems like a
So-
younger sort of Tabaxi, not quite a child.
Oh, okay. Well, we're all gonna feel weird about looking that too. So you probably just smell it. Does it smell like chocolate?
It does not.
Okay. You'll poke it in the tummy just in case, like. Boop, boop, boop. You're not a mimic, are you?
When you poke it, she draws like a large sword from her back, and then she like menaces you with it, and then she puts it back.
Okay.
I love it.
I put it back down. And I'm thinking, wait a
She-
second, didn't the Loxodon... Oh, sorry, what?
She's wearing a sword that has a scabbard.
Oh.
It has pockets and a scabbard.
Solid.
Aye, realm's dress. Rogar will say to loudly to Calith and Cecilia, wait, didn't our toy maker say that it ate his assistant? Wouldn't it need to be large enough to eat his assistant?
He says he thinks it ate the assistant.
Oh,
I kind of wonder, they like to duplicate objects.
aye.
Someone said that. I don't remember I don't know who remembered what. If they like to duplicate objects, it's something there's more than one of. Like these curtains!
So I think that that's like. Is there one last thing you'd like to do at that table, Rogar?
Did I make my way through all the toys on the table?
Yes.
Okay, then Rogar will stage the last one he was playing with and the dancer together so they can dance, and then he will move on to the next table and move on to the next player, please.
Okay, Calith, what are you doing?
Caliph is taking our skeletons and walking over to, I don't know, let's start here. And then just having the skeletons give a few good solid punches to every single object she can point at.
So there is a door to your north. You are right next to two. So you guys all have dark vision on, and it's incredibly dark in this toy shop. So that's why everything is like this grayscale. Around the shop, you do see that there are like empty lanterns, like lanterns that seem to be like empty of oil or other like light implements. But Calith, you are next to two little carts, like they look like sleds, like little wooden sleds. They might be about like 4 feet long and 2 feet wide, and then about 2 feet tall.
Okay.
You also see there is a chest over here. To your east, there is like a shelf, like on the top of the room. There's like one of those shelves that has a bunch of books in it. And to your northwest, you notice that there is a table that looks to be like toys in progress. But what is your passive perception?
Kayla's passive perception is 14.
Okay. You notice a really familiar toy on this toy in progress table. Something looks like a figurine. Looks really familiar.
All right. First, she's gonna tell the skeletons to start punching all those things you just mentioned, and then she's gonna go. While they're busy doing that, she's gonna walk over, take a better look at the toy.
Okay, roll me the damage for the skeletons. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punches that I'm registering so far. 7 if you want to punch the door to the north.
Yeah, punch the door.
All right. let's do it.
What is that? Is it like a D? I don't know my skeleton stats. Hold on. I should know this.
I have an idea.
Oh, I got. Wait, I think I found it.
It is 1d6.
There we go. So just add it all up total.
We'll yeah, I'll just say it's like, yeah, sure.
22 total.
Nice. Okay, so each object does have like an innate HP level. So your skeletons managed to dent each of the sleds, the chest, and they really wreck the bookshelf and the books. But nothing moves. Nothing reacts. Ooh, background noise.
What's that?
Motorcycle. It sounds
Got a
like.
motorcycle.
Oh, that was me.
One of those toys is
Stick
really.
out, head out, and be like, did Master Clausen jump on some kind of Gondan creation and race out of here, leaving us with the mimic?
Yeah. It's a skeletal
This was
horse that
all-
makes that noise.
This
and he
was
just...
all an elaborate scheme.
So in front of you, you see like a bunch of dolls being assembled, kind of like the other ones to the south or to the southwest. But these ones, you realize upon closer look, represent each of the Westgate Irregulars.
What?
Wait, that Caleb is looking at?
Yeah, and that table right here where the toys are being assembled.
Caleb is gonna pick up
Unlicensed.
one of her and poke it.
So you poke it, and then these little tiny skeletal wings like pop up from the back of it, and like eerie green flames that are just minor illusions light up her eyes and her mouth.
Cecilia, you might want to go all managery and make sure we have licensing agreements for our likenesses in
Wait,
place.
what? What?
Nice.
Can I come over here? Or do I wait for my turn? Be like, what?
Sure, you can go over there. You're about to go next. Yeah, so Cecilia, you see those
Okay.
toys. Also, you see like a little mini Stong, little mini Mirabelle, little mini Rogar, Sturge, etc., etc. There are
Goodness.
even mini Sartians and Ruans.
I would like to pick up the mini Cecilia and see how badly I have been represented. Is it a good doll?
You pick it up, and then the doll says, "I'm a witch."
This feels a little lazy.
And then it says, "You've never been to Rashomon, have you?"
Creepy. Am I right? Okay, here's my idea, guys. If I stand on that side of the room, I can get most of this space with a sickening radiance. So maybe we just
Ooh.
drop it and see if anything starts screaming. What you think?
I suppose do mimics get sick?
From this, yes.
Okay.
But Caleb, grab those dolls, because I feel like we have a lawsuit brewing here. If Artemis is
Can you
still
look
dating
into
that
that?
guy, although I don't think it's gonna last long, maybe we can get him to do to serve the cease and desist.
All right,
That
Caleb's
big
gonna
shot
sweep all
lawyer
the
that
dolls
she has
up
nothing
into
in
her,
common with.
into her pocket.
Okay, you take a copy of each of the dolls, Kayla. So,
Also, can we just stop and look at the dolls, or is there not time? Can we do that after if there's time?
yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, we do that after. How about that? It's because you have them all right now, so, what's he gonna do, right? Anyways,
I would like to go over
You-
here when people are cleared, cast sickening radiance.
so you do know that all objects, by default, are immune to psychic damage and poison damage. That's it.
So this sickening radiance says when a creature moves into the spell's area or starts its turn there, that creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Does that mean all the objects also have to do a Constitution saving throw? Because it doesn't say objects. And if we're being sticklers,
Oh, all
You
the
can save
all
some
the
toys.
all the creature toys would have to make a save.
Okay.
Oh no! A bunch of vomiting hugbears.
I mean,
Oh,
if you
no.
want, if you feel confident about the hugbears and you want to grab them, I'm not going to stop you.
I think I'll spare them. I'll grab the hugbears.
Okay.
Playing
I'll save-
favorites
Save
now,
the
huh?
hugbears!
Some toys are worth saving, but some toys are not.
No, well, I can only hold so much in my arms. at
It's
once,
true.
and
It's true.
really quick.
So,
Okay.
Oh no! I grab them.
Are there any other
So-
things that you guys are taking before Cecilia casts this? And in the meantime, Cecilia, could you draw the area that you're casting
I
it
can
upon?
try.
Well, maybe if the mimic throws up, it'll throw up the assistant, and if he's still alive, I can help him. I can save him, or her,
Okay.
or them.
Kalith, move yourself and your seconds to wherever you would be. And yeah, as Cecilia is like measuring out her spell and like preparing it in her mind, if there's anything else you want to do, you could take one action during this time.
Skeletons go punch.
Kalith, as you go to that area, you notice you pass through two things. One, give me an athletics or a acrobatics.
Definitely acrobatics. That is an 8.
You do not make it, and you are stuck to the ground. Give me a nature roll. Nature check.
Oh no!
19.
This,
Oh,
you
no, is it
recognize
blue?
you recognize this as mimic glue, and with your 19, you could tell that it is the freshest of the
Wait.
ones that you've seen.
Where am I stuck? Right here?
No, right here.
I don't see.
Oh, you don't see a
that you
ping
did.
here.
No, I don't see a ping. I still don't see a ping.
Oh, I see. I know what I'm doing. Right here.
God. Guys, mimic glue here.
Oh no!
The mimic
Uh,
is somewhere over here.
Rogar will. Oh, are you stuck?
I am very much stuck.
Can you just take off your boots?
Oh, good point. All right, Caliph is gonna fly into the air and hover above her boots.
You should come all the way this way. As I prep the spell. Since that seems to be where the fresh mimic glue is, I'm gonna drop my sickening radiance about there.
Okay.
As soon as Caliph is free of it.
Your two skeletons are trapped there, though.
Uh-oh.
I think, unless they make amazing athletics or acrobatics rolls.
They do not.
Okay.
That was actually way too smart a suggestion for Rogar. But I'll just say the hugbears inspired him.
Okay. So Cecilia drops her sickening radiance.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So a wave of eerie red light spreads out around everything, and everything in there has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it's like Christmas colored. If we get some green, it'll be like very nice.
So you cast an eerie red field there, and as you do so,
Blood colored.
you notice that this table over here is full of figurines, and with the light on, you could tell much more easily that they're figurines of what seem to be famous figures from across the realm, including Drizzt, Farida, Havilar,
Oh
Elminster.
no, save those!
Unfortunately,
Like, why do I care?
yeah. Yeah, so that table and the toy table to the south of it, the figurines begin to thrash and melt. What is your spell save DC?
It is 18.
18. Okay, so none of them make it. But at the same time, one of the two carpets here on the west side begins to writhe and It then lurches up, and in front of you, you see a mimic rise out.
Oh no! Did it make its saving throw?
It did not.
Oh, okay. So then it gets 4d10 damage.
What's the damage?
It is 26.
26. All right.
Also, it has taken 1 level of exhaustion and it is glowing in a 5-foot radius. It cannot become invisible, which I don't know if mimics. I don't think mimics can do. Why would they bother? They can just change shape.
Aye.
Okay, it is glowing in a 5-foot radius. So yeah, you can see it.
Skeletons probably need to make that check too. Sorry.
Skeletons. I'm gonna make your eerie light blue, just so you can sort of.
That's fine. I was honestly just thinking. I kind of think it would be cooler if it was like a cold, frosty color. We just picked red because it was bloody looking. And those are those 2 flavors of the heart of the piercing: cold and bloody.
Okay, so this mimic then we roll initiative.
Full initiative.
2.
6.
Why do you think I didn't select my token? Roll 20.
Ooh.
Is it easy to pop that in, or should I re-roll it?
I can just pop it in. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. I mean, it's a terrible initiative, but I did it the first time and you let me keep it, so.
What was it?
2.
Mimic got 19.
Oh my gosh.
You know, you don't know that. You don't know that.
Where did we go?
Alright,
Just
I
that
don't know
mimic looks very alert. It looks like it's drunk at least a couple of. Do we know what coffee is? I don't.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say Red Bulls, and then I didn't know how to spin it. It's all the day.
So yeah, the mimic has
Crimson Minotaurs. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, go ahead.
The mimic has taken a good, healthy amount of damage. I believe when it moves on its turn, it happens again, right? Because that was essentially your surprise round the first time.
It is. So let me double check. When it moves into the area for the first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there. So moving and ending its turn, it doesn't do it again. Oh, but it's starting its turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. So it is making a constitution.
Wait, sorry. It doesn't. It only rolls it on its turn.
It is its turn.
Okay, so that was it.
There's an 8 constitution. Okay. So yeah, you see it on it again. Roll me damage.
Oh, okay. $22.
22. Okay. And then how high is this sickening
It
radiance?
is a 30-foot radius sphere. So I assume, hopefully, there's not an upstairs that's being surprised by this. I didn't think that far ahead.
Okay. I think the mimic is in so much pain. It's like trying to get out of it because it's not, mimics aren't very fast. So it is trying to, oh boy. I guess it spends its entire turn getting into the corner.
Oh, we've got it cornered.
And then
That's when a mimic is most dangerous. And it's cornered.
it is Kayla's turn.
So, everything we know about mimics is already shared, right? So
They
if I
also
wanna
don't
ask-
like sickening radiance. We know that now.
Well, I want to ask, is it just mimicking the materials, or does it actually turn into them? Does it just take on the appearance, or does it take on the physical properties?
Oh, you know that's appearance, just appearance.
Dang. All right. Going to light it then. Fly over here, a little more in range, and light it. That is a Constitution save.
Okay, so What is the DC?
17.
It does not make it. Man, mimics are really chonky, but this mimic is not making the Constitution saves. Could you also link the spell to chat? So if I know it's like an area effect?
Blight?
Yeah.
It is not.
Oh, wait.
It's just a single creature.
Okay. Yeah, roll your damage.
What do you want?
Whew. What else does it do? Is it just damage?
It is necrotic damage. If you target a plant, creature, or magical plant, if you target a... Yep, drains moisture and vitality from it.
Yeah, you see it sort of like shrivel up a little bit as it gives like a otherworldly shriek, like a hideous shriek of pain. It sends like the little hat on its head like sort of jiggling a little bit.
What about
Nice
the tongue?
shot.
What about its
Oh yeah.
tongue?
Yeah, its tongue is wiggling out. It's like, oh my god!
I'm
Okay.
assuming the skeletons are both very firmly stuck.
If not dead.
If not.
From the sickening radiance.
If they're not dead, they can move.
No, they're stuck with the glue. They have to
Oh, the
escape
glue. I
it.
forgot the glue. I'm so sorry.
But, I don't know. Roll me 2 Constitution saves for those skeletons, and then we'll just use the first damage roll that Cecilia made. I feel fairly confident they're not going to survive.
They both rolled a 7.
Yeah, that definitely does not save it. So they are both down. Okay. Rogar, is your turn.
Okay. Question. So is it in the form of a chest right now? Is that what it looks like? Like what we're seeing?
Sure.
Well, okay. And is it like, is it sticking its tongue out at us and like,
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question. It's a creature, but also it's in the shape of a container. And create water allows me to create water within a container. So can I fill it with water?
What does the targeting of it say? Target a creature?
It says you either create or destroy water. You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. And you said its mouth was open and it's in the shape of a container.
You know what? I'll allow it. Let's do it. What are you doing with this water? I want to hear it. Let's go.
Okay, I cast it 3rd level, so 30 gallons of water just manifests just in the inside of the mimic, just starts flooding out of it, filling it up, like it's just basically like filled with water, going like, you know.
Are you waterboarding the mimic?
I'm sort of. I'm not sure what the range on.
Is there a damage component to this?
No.
Need to breathe.
Yeah, so it's like gargling, and then you see it like cough and like spit out the water. And as it spits out the water, you see like some little bones, like mostly dissolved bones, like popping out of its mouth.
Oh, I guess we can't save the assistant. But Caleth, there's another skeleton for you.
Yeah, I appreciate you always looking out for me, Rogar.
I try. Okay, I was hoping it would just sort of like pass out, drown or something. Like not, you know, but I guess not. All right.
So.
Oh, and also hopefully it'll dilute any glue it has.
So it is at that moment that Clausen runs in the back, and he's like, "I've heard so much commotion from outside," and then he like looks around the toy shop, and he's like, "My toys!"
You said we needed to get the mimic. That was the most important thing. We're getting the mimic.
He's like, oh, yes, good point. And,
Also, we have some licensing discussions to have later.
oh, I was hoping you didn't see that. But, then he looks to, like, where the field is and the mimic, and he goes, good Lord!
Yeah, don't
My-
step in that.
Have you seen this? Have you actually taken a good look at this mimic?
In the sense that we see a mimic in the corner. and
Oh
he's
my
wearing-
goodness!
It's got the martyred god thing on its side.
You recognize that as a symbol of a martyr. And he says, oh my god, my goodness! You've got the Midwinter mimic! The Midwinter mimic itself right here! This is the legendary mimic!
Midwinter Mimic, Rogar says. He has no idea what that is, but he's very excited.
What is
So
this?
so if we kill it, it's
Western
gonna.
This is the mimic that sows terror in the hearts of children throughout the realm and ensures that they stay good year-round so that their toys aren't actually mimics.
Oh, and that's a good thing.
I
Wait,
hit it with another blight.
yeah, what?
Yeah, so Cecilia.
I thought Rashemi people were terrible at raising children. You tell your kids a mimic will come eat them if they're not good?
Closet. So this is the last thing Closet will do, and then it'll be your turn, Cecilia. He says, well, according to legend, at the beginning of parenting itself, there was so much suffering, and parents had to endure so much suffering at the hands of their ill-behaved children that Ilmater took pity on them and ascended one chosen mimic in order to help them, in order to help them behave year round. And that's this mimic right here, the Midwinter mimic.
Parenthood is martyrdom. Oh my gosh.
I love Ilmater as the god that listens to parents. Okay, so what do you want us to do here?
Oh,
Are you still killing this thing?
have
I feel
you?
like we should.
I mean, have you tried? I mean, there must be something clearly must be wrong because this mimic normally only eats bad children. So.
Was your assistant a small child, perhaps?
Are you doing child labor in your workshop?
My assistant was a halfling. Perhaps the mimic didn't understand or something. Have you tried asking it?
Nope. Midwinter mimic, excuse me. Do you eat children?
Now, Cecilia, what languages do you speak? And
Common, Elvish, Rashemi, and Sylvan.
what language are you trying this in? And like, maybe, huh?
We one of the things we heard that mimics speak mimic, which is sort of common.
Yeah,
So I
that's
think
sure
I
it's
would try
common.
common.
Excellent. So, give me. So, what are you saying to it again?
Do you eat children?
So yeah, you shout out to the mimic, and the mimic, is finishing like spitting out water and bones. It's like, I want to. Oh, I want to eat bad children, but I'm too good at my job, you see. All the children of the realms have been good this year and the last year. I'm starving. Starving, you see.
What
And
did
You made that
dying.
vodka. No.
Did you eat the halfling assistant?
Halfling? Oh. Well, I must admit I was desperate. It was really hard times. I knew it was a halfling, but they were bad, so I kind of ate them anyways. And then Clausen says, oh my goodness, it sounds like the Midwinter Mimic has lost the spirit of the holidays. Whatever will we do?
We're gonna banish it.
Oh, but it's from this realm. You just happen to know that it's from this realm.
Oh, so I banish it, it'll just go away for a minute. Okay. I guess instead I will, I'm just gonna, like, check in with my teammates and see, are we sending out, murder this thing, eyes, because that's where I'm at.
Is there a spell or something we can cast to find where children are bad, and maybe we can send the mimic there?
I'm gonna preemptively Eldritch Blast it.
Yeah,
I'd
so
read
you can do
this
that.
in having been a bad child.
Even
Since it
bad
was like,
children
no.
don't deserve to be eaten by a mimic.
No!
I thought it just
Children should be allowed to make mistakes. They're figuring out how to be people.
Oh, it actually eats them. I thought it just was like one of those. It scares them and says, "I'm gonna eat you."
No, it actually eats them. Okay,
Oh, that's
so
not good. No.
So
Okay.
13, 17, 19.
17 and 19 hit.
Okay. So 20 total.
20 total.
I should have
Okay.
hexed it first. I forgot to. Oh, well.
So this mimic has taken like a ton of punishment already, and you could see that it's like hurt really bad at this point. It's not like quite like grievously wounded or on death's door, but it is quite hurting. It is hurting quite bad. So Clausen, as a free action, as a legendary action at the end of some other creature's turn, uses his holiday spirit plead action. He says, please, reinstate the spirit of the holidays in the Midwinter Mimic, for if we do not have the Mimic, the children will have no reason to be good, and then society will crumble and be destroyed.
Can I argue with a free
Very
action?
messed up idea of what motivates children.
Probably.
Yeah,
I've never had a child. But yeah, feel free to say whatever back, and then afterwards it is the Mimic's turn.
I'm just gonna point out, if you teach children to only behave in a altruistic and fundamentally good way when there's a threat on hand, they're not actually being good. So this is terrible.
Okay.
We need to remove this awful crutch and teach parents so that parents have to learn how to actually parent their kids.
I got threatened with a lot of stuff when I was a kid, or I had to be good, and look what happened.
The Mimic double moves to about here. And as it's
Wait, where
passing
did
through you,
Where's the mimic? Did it turn into something? Oh, I see it. Sorry, it's faded out because nobody's looking directly at it.
yeah, it's between Rogar
Got
and
it.
Caliph.
Okay.
So
My
both of you
apologies.
need to give me athletics or acrobatics checks as it stumbles into you and attempts to adhere you to its body.
12.
17.
So Caliph and Rogar, both of you are now stuck to it.
No!
And it's holding you, and like you tell it's slowly trying to like sideways inch towards the door, and it's like, hey, you, lady with the pain, please, no more. I'm gonna get out of here.
Are you
got your
good at
friends.
eating children?
It's what I do. Ooh. But that's the end of its turn. So Caliph.
Is its mouth open?
Yeah, sure, yeah, it's talking.
Caleb is gonna reach in and grab its tongue and directly blight its tongue.
Okay, wow. All right, Constitution save for the Mimic.
Wait, what are you waiting on?
It is a 19. Does that save?
Okay, it saves.
Okay, so how much damage is that?
Let's see. That would be a 21.
21. Ooh. Okay, now this thing is on death's door as your hand grips its tongue and your blight spell rips through the tongue and into the insides of its body, and it begins to sort of shrivel. You can tell like when a creature or like something like shrivels from the inside, it sort of sucks in the sides of the container, right? Like that's what's happening with this mimic. And it just, man, I never want to make that sound again. Sorry viewers. Sorry. Anyways, okay, is that the end for your turn, Kalith? You're still adhered to it.
I'm guessing she can't cast another spell.
Unless you have a bonus action cantrip.
No.
Okay.
So that
A
is going to
one-liner
be-
or something is a free action. So if you got a good one-liner.
All I can think of right now is eat this holiday spirit, and that's not a good one line.
No, I love that. I love that.
Say it in Elvish
So
and
good.
everything sounds really important.
All right, Kayla's gonna say that in Elvish.
And we're all like, whoa.
Yeah, it sounds very wise and deadly. After that is Rogar's turn. You are adhered to this mimic. It is your armor that is touching it.
Okay. Rogar will cast Beacon of Hope on the mimic, and to give it hope and vitality, and say, look, you were created in order to make all children good, and you've done it. You have fulfilled your purpose, the very purpose of your creation, which frees you now to find your own purpose. And might I suggest that now you go forth and eat those who would harm or take advantage of those good children and undo your good work.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
I debated about advantage for a little bit, but I have this sort of, oh, that is a good persuasion roll as a 20.
And then you can join us for a lovely midwinter meal.
So you see the mimic was just like withering and like making some pained noises, and then Rogar casts his Beacon of Hope on him, and you see its body like sort of perk up a little bit, and it turns as Rogar like speaks to it, and it says, "Oh, so you're saying I can eat anyone that's bad to bad children?"
No, that's bad to good children, or to any children. Because that's, now that you've made all the children good, you wouldn't want someone undoing all that good work that you did.
Roll me a D100.
Okay.
We all know how divine intervention works, right?
Oh, aye. Oh, 34.
For a moment, you
Uh-huh.
felt the mimic like something like a energy or like an aura about the mimic strengthened, and as a cleric, perhaps you're very like sensitive to different deities, and you almost got a sense that like Ilmater himself like stepped in, and but that does not happen. But instead, the mimic is like, yeah, I guess you're right. My boss, my boss would love that. He's always like trying to protect the kids and stop the suffering. It could work. And then he like turns over to Kalith and he's like, have you made any children suffer lately?
No.
Turns to Rogar. Have you made any children suffer lately?
Oh, no, I do not think so. I hope, that I have made their lives better.
He turns over to Cecilia and Clausen, and he's like, "What about you two?"
I'm gonna summon my axe and be like, no.
But Rogar feels a little guilty because we did collapse an entire city block. And then we did sort of bring a bunch of... Okay,
No,
anyway.
if
when
you
we
think-
did that, please recall that nobody died. There was just a lot
Right.
of property damage. That was important.
Right. Okay.
So if your character's conscience believes that somehow that constitutes as harming kids, then please make a deception roll, because in that case, the words that you have told it are more of a deception. But, you know, if you wholeheartedly believe it, like, I'm good with it, because it's your character and your beliefs. Oh my! Oh my!
I mean, Rogar is he always feels guilty about something. He feels like, I should be feeling guilty about something, but I'm not sure what.
The rest of Cecilia is going to say, no, but I'm about to harm you. I just didn't get it out.
Also,
Okay.
does it smell like chocolate to Rogar?
Sure.
Okay.
It does.
They were right. Beetlebom's pixie bestiary was right. Excellent.
And yeah, so this mimic turns to Rogar, and you can see that it like gets like this little grin on its face, and it says, and it's about to do like a big bite action. You can tell it's about to like unhinge its entire jaw. And Cecilia, it is your turn.
Oh, good. I'm going to go ahead because I see this thing stuck to my friends. I would like to come up here and chop it with my axe.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay.
Oh,
I have
that
two
is a
attacks,
hit.
but the first one's 27. I would like to smite it.
Absolutely. Bring it on.
Okay. So the base damage is this.
Okay.
And then they put the smite in the weird place. Give me just 1 second. It is
Smoked.
an additional 1d8 plus 1d8 per slot, so that's 68 damage.
All right.
And that's not going to roll into roll 20, so I'll tell you what comes up. Also, sorry guys, it's prone and you're glued to it, so I forgot that part.
So,
that is another 20 damage. So 27 total.
Okay.
And I get a second attack unless it's expired.
So, your first hit just absolutely hits it, like right in the center of its face. And like as the jaws like begin to open up, your axe head just like slams into the top of it, closing the mouth. It partially bites its tongue, and the force of your smite just like goes through it, and you see like large cracks begin to form like in the mimic's body, and you see like little you're not sure if it's glue or some sort of blood or something oozing out, but it does so. And then it sort of turns and looks at you, and you can now do your second attack. It does not
okay.
get knocked prone.
Oh, interesting. That one was a 16.
That is also a hit.
Okay, so that one's gonna do 17 damage. I actually have an extra spell slot. Wait, let me make sure. Can I only do that once per turn?
I don't think so. I think you could probably do it every attack.
Let's just do
As long
it
as you have
again
spell
then.
slots. Okay.
I don't like that this picks on kids. That is welling up something angry in Cecilia. Oh, it does say once per turn.
Oh, okay.
I can't actually do it twice. So,
Okay.
dang
Well-
it, that was a lot too. But anyway, so it does 17
thanks.
damage. It was a better roll for that, so.
So it turns to you and it looks at you, and then it says, "I like you, lady." As your axe comes down and just like splits it the rest of the way. And as it splits the mimic, its body turns into like two almost like ooze or jelly like halves that sort of like dissolve into the floor. So
Okay.
The
Well, we
adhesive
got
is
with
still
your
there.
mimic. What?
the adhesive is still there, and Rogar and Kalith are still stuck to the ground. Where they are.
Rogar will taste it to see if it tastes like raisins. He'll lick it.
Is there some way to like intervene?
Roll me athletics or acrobatics with
To
disadvantage.
stop him?
It's too late.
Oh,
A
no.
10.
Your tongue gets stuck to the ground. It's like you licked one of those frozen poles.
Okay.
It does taste like chocolate.
Clausen,
Oh.
do you have the kind of alcohol that dissolves this?
Closet is like just like wide-eyed in the back, like just.
Oh, I dropped the
I-
sickening radiance, by the way. We don't need that anymore.
Can
Well, I'm too poor to afford alcohol, but I
Did you work with glue? You don't have anything to dissolve glue?
No.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
really good.
can Rogar cast freedom of movement with a verbal component even though with tongue is stuck?
I'll allow it.
Alright. Rogar will cast freedom of movement and on himself first and
You're free.
Alright, and then he'll cast freedom of movement on Kalith as well.
Kalith is in free.
Okay.
Well, we saved Midwinter for all the Westgate kids, including the bad ones, because let's face it, the scales tilt a certain way in this city.
So, first of all, you guys know that the components that make up a mimic's body are actually worth a lot of money to the right people.
Hey.
Whoa.
So did we ever talk about payment with this guy? If not,
No.
that's our payment right there.
Yeah, exactly. We should take this. We should just clean this up for him.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of this for you. We'll get this mess out of your way.
Clausen's like,
Aye.
oh, really? Oh, well, thank you. That's most kind of you. And he like points over at his tables and he's like, I see a large number of toys have been destroyed. I'm not sure. Do you guys know how much damage in total you've rolled for the night? You just ballpark it if you don't.
22. Oh, like total,
Yeah.
including for the mimic.
Oh, not for the mimic, sorry.
I caused some water damage, but I didn't think I caused.
Okay, let's punch some doors and
okay.
stuff.
Not counting the mimic specifically. I rolled twice for sickening radiance, but 47 before the second one, and 69 if you count the second one.
He surveys his workshop and he says, "Oh, with this amount of damage and with all the toys that have been destroyed and are gone, I believe 128 children will not get toys tonight."
Fine, we sell the mimic parts and then we buy toys for all the kids with it.
You do so, and Clausen regards you as a hero.
Aww.
Also, I think we're gonna have to start pretending to be the thing each year, like at the Westgate Mall and other places, so that
love
the
it.
children still think that the winter mimic is around.
I would like to negotiate a licensing agreement with Clausen that is extremely favorable to us.
Roll me a persuasion. I mean, depending on what tactic you want to use, I'll let you use a number of different rolls.
I would
but
like
you
to
can tell
start
me.
with persuasion and move to intimidation if that doesn't.
Just roll both then. I'll just tell you how it goes.
So the persuasion was a 22, and then the intimidation was an 18.
Holy cow, both great. Okay.
I have a stick.
So you absolutely catch him red-handed. He is delighted that you like his work, and at the same time he feels like really really guilty about not coming and asking you first. He's like, oh, I plan to come once I finish them and bring them to you directly and show you the quality, and I hope to contract with
Well,
you.
what a fortunate thing that we were here to see them and find them.
Well, fortunately you saved them, so the prototypes are intact. I absolutely will give you a tremendously good deal on these. How about 60-40?
65-35.
You intimidate him so good, he's like 70-30.
Deal.
I could tell you
Well,
had a
you're doing
dangerous
business
glint in
with
your
you.
eye. Okay, so you broker a really lucrative deal for the Irregulars. He doesn't notice that you've taken any of the toys, and you've given him enough money to recompense the children whose toys are broken for the evening. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I would like to know what all the toys say. What all the, if we looked at all of them.
The Irregulars.
Because we were on a mission, so we didn't want to get distracted. But I would like to be distracted now. This is part of the negotiation. I want to make sure that none of these are representing our team in an ill light.
Okay. Yeah, so the Stong toy pretends to like drum on his belly, and like he makes like these little like drum sounds, and he sings like jiggle jiggle bounce. The little Mirabelle toy like holds up her hands like this, and these like little red sparkles like shoot out of it.
We're gonna need to get a release for the Mirabelle doll because she is a minor, I think. Yeah, let's say she is. Also, would like you to adapt the Stong doll so that it plays Jiggle Jiggle Bounce, and also the authentic Swamp Sound song that we are currently shopping. That would be good for us. That would be a good thing to add in. Thank you.
He nods, and then he like touches it again, and it says, "Buy my music." Yeah, you saw the Caliph doll, the Sturge doll disappears.
That one is spot on. Very well done, sir.
Aye.
Yeah, you thought the doll might have made some noise, but it's muted.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so the Artemisia doll, she like levitates like above the ground, and you see like the little spots like light up on her skin that look like dragon scales upon closer inspection, and she
Nice.
has like crackles of lightning that appear from her hands and her eyes. And then for whatever reason, like off in the distance, you see like a minor illusion of like a red dragon swoop down and give like whatever the dragon equivalent of like a wink and like a hubba hubba is, and then it disappears.
Oh man, I'm torn because I feel like Artemisia would like that detail like taken out, but also it's kind of funny. So we're gonna just leave it for now.
He's like, it's a prototype.
Yeah.
I only
It's her
read
own
about you.
fault it's her own fault for drinking too much and not being able to be
That's
here
right,
to
she
critique
could
it
have been
herself.
here. I just want to check, did mine do a magic thing? Or did mine just talk?
Yours talked, but then when you play around with it more, it summons like a giant axe, and then like the toy itself actually smashes the axe down, and whatever surface it's on just cracks. It actually damages things.
That seems like a liability issue, but it's kind of cool.
It also comes with a
That's
number
what
of
I would
masks
want.
that you can switch on.
Nice. No gold ones, right?
There's no gold one.
Good, because I would insist on that being removed
Yeah.
for branding purposes.
Yep. Yeah, and the Rogar one like raises his arms, and the first time like this little love hammer appears, and then it sort of like almost like a 2-frame animation goes boop 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 boop, and then Dor and Valkyrie appear on like another attempt, and they sort of like circle him, and the last one he summons like this book that has like this like censored PG-13 in front of it, and then when he lifts it he glows with power, and then his armor just pops off, and then there's PG-13s all over his body. He's like, oh, I'm just prototyping.
Outside, you hear the town crier.
Yes.
PG-13.
The other ones?
There are Sergeant and Ruan and other ones, but
I'm
you know.
delighted by these. I want to hear all of them. But you can tell us after if it's too late.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell you after, or because I want to also respect the time.
Discord.
Yeah, we'll add to the Discord, and also I want to draw prizes and have enough time
Oh,
to say.
that's right.
Yes.
Okay. So join us on our Discord, and you can find out what the dolls all look like.
Yeah, what I wrote up for some of these other toys.
The first.
There was a table. I had like little scenes and little adventure tales for the Farida, Havilar,
I want
Drizzt,
to
and
see
all
those
that.
too. Will you post
They're
those
melted.
too?
No, they're gone. We'll have
That's
to
not
save
fair.
it.
I wouldn't have done that. Cecilia did that. My
Right.
character did it. Can I know?
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see. But as like, if there's nothing else that you want to do for the conclusion of this adventure, I have like a final beat to end on.
Okay.
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 Okay. So, yeah, the time passes, and Clausen gets the toys, goes off to the delivery, and all of you go back to Briar House Manor safely and much more enriched than you were before. As you play with the toys, we all somehow zoom out of this view, go halfway across the realm as we see little beady eyes just glimmering in the darkness all across the realms as children wake up in the middle of the night and they realize, I don't have to be good anymore. And we will save that for a future holiday special.
Oh no.
Anyways, thank you. I'm Yang Wang. Thanks for coming along for this ridiculous holiday one shot. All in good fun. All in good
It
fun.
was very fun.
Well done.
Thank you. Are you gonna do the drawing now?
Yeah. Let me operate the drawing while one of the rest of you do your outros.
Okay. I'm Aaron M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter at Aaron M. Evans. For the next 2 weeks, you can't find me anywhere. But after that, you can check me out on. Well, I guess today we had our last episode of the year of writing about dragons and shit. My podcast about writing with B. Dave Walters and Trevor Bettis, which you can find wherever you download your podcast. You can join me for Concentration Check, usually on Mondays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific for co-writing, working on a project. We get stuff done. And you can find me on Wednesdays on twitch.tv/CNE Games at 11 a.m. Pacific for Champions of Lore with those guys, B. Dave Walters and Trevor Bettis. Starting again in January, where we talk about the lore behind our sponsor, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Check them out at idlechampions.com.
Hi, I'm Emily Tang. Thank you all for watching us. Thank you for, encountering the Midwinter mimic with us. Thank you to our moderators. Everyone, have a happy holiday. We will see you next year, and I am going to duck out already if that's okay, because I am about to pass out.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Absolutely.
We might get some video craziness, but whatever. People know what we look like, right? Okay. So I just drew some of the winners, and congratulations, Kiwi Mischief, you have won one signed copy of Jade City. Rat with Wings, you have won the full audiobook set of Jade City, Jade War, Jade Legacy, and Robert N. Emerson has won
Hey!
the dice set of their choice from phoenixdice.com. So congratulations,
Nice.
you three. I will message you, I will
Excellent.
DM you with redemption instructions. Now,
That's awesome.
yeah, man, there's too many things to like do and like talk about, and DM. Like my head is like, but please let us know who you want us to raid, because we're going to raid somebody else's channel after this, and we would love to hear some suggestions. People's suggestions in previous weeks have been like some of my favorite new streams that I've never heard of, especially the music ones. They're phenomenal. And I guess thank you so much to those of you who have been with us like all throughout this year. Welcome new viewers or newer fans. And I think we'll be back like sometime in early to mid-January. But for the rest of the year, we're taking a break. And we'll see you again later on.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Join us over on the Discord. Happy holidays. And come back in January. We're going to we level up and find out what happened with all that crazy golden ring stuff. So.
And thank you everybody who's subscribed and gave bits. We really appreciate it.
Oh my God!
It helps
Oh
us,
yeah.
helps us put together cool content like this. And those of you who subscribed, I hope you enjoyed not watching the ads.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, for those
It's
those
really
bits and
wonderful.
subs. It felt really good. Never got a hype train up that high. So thank
All
you.
right.
It's amazing.
Merry Christmas. to us.
Join us over on the Discord. You can hang out with us for the next couple of weeks.
All right. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy
Take care.
holidays.
Holidays.